Only on rare occasions has more than one coach entered the Cal-Aggie Athletics Hall of Fame in the same year. It takes extraordinary conditions, not to mention the approval of the highest office in Marac Hall. Then again, Jon and Deanne Vochatzer are extraordinary individuals. And as for Marac Hall, it's an easy call. The Vochatzer reputation extends beyond the campus into national and international repute. Side by side, the husband and wife tandem guided the Aggie track and field teams for nearly 50 combined seasons. They totaled 37 different Coach of the Year awards between them. They mentored 158 All-Americans. For Drew Wartenburg, who just finished his second year at the UC Davis track helm, the Vochatzers have created the proverbial tough act to follow.
One of the challenges in our program has been to carry on their legacy, and when I say a challenge, it's they left extremely big shoes to fill, obviously, and I think one of the things that I hold most at my core is the fact that they always put the athlete first. Sometimes it's easy to sort of focus on the coaching and lose the person in the shuffle, but both Dee and Jon were people that didn't simply coach track and field, they coached people first.
Indeed, the Vochatzers always put their student-athletes' experiences as job number one. When it came to nurturing well-rounded individuals, two of the program's greatest success stories came under their watch. In fact, they ran in the same relay squad. In the span of 4 years, UC Davis Track and Field produced 2 winners of the prestigious NCAA Woman of the Year award. The second of the two was 2002 recipient Tanisha Silas.
I want to thank Coach D and V for doing their job to turn me into not only a great athlete, but a great person and partially raise me. A lot of times you're not fully done maturing immediately out of high school. You're still learning things about yourself and about the world around you, and I definitely don't take for granted the lessons that I learned with them as an athlete, but then also as a person, and I take that into practice in my everyday life.
A two-sport athlete at Cal State Hayward, Jon Vochatzer arrived at UC Davis in 1979-80. He took over track and field reins from the great John Papa and served as an assistant coach on Jim Soker's football staff. Formerly a Chico State sprinter and hurdles great, Deanne Vochatzer came to the Aggie program in 1987-88. Left for a brief but wildly successful stint at Cal Poly, then returned for good in 1992. Although Jon was listed as the head men's coach and Deanne officially guided the women's team, the two truly formed a partnership. Those who competed for UC Davis track and field in that era competed and succeeded for both coaches. In the era of the United Vochatzers, the Aggie track and field program combined for 16 top 10 finishes at the indoor or outdoor national championships. Furthermore, the Vochatzers' coaching expertise allowed them to represent not only UC Davis, but the U.S. track scene. Jon served on the American staff at the 1995 U.S. Olympic Festival, the 1997 World University Games, and the 1999 IAAF World Championships. Deanne was a member of the Olympic Festival staff for 13 years and guided the U.S. team at the World University Games in 2 others. But in 1996, she received her highest honor when she was selected as the head coach for the United States women's team at the Summer Olympic Games in Atlanta. Coach D was later inducted into the U.S. Track Coaches Hall of Fame and granted major U.S. ATF service awards on 2 separate occasions. Yet it cannot be overstated, the Vochatzers' greatest accomplishments are not represented by trophies, medals, or coaching posts. Rather, they take the form of the gratitude of literally hundreds of student athletes whose lives they've positively impacted. Among them, Jay Shuttleworth.
When I reflect back on the experiences I had with Jon and Dee, I know that they influenced who I would become as a person, a teacher, and later as a coach myself. Among so many things, an important lesson I learned from them was how to best treat the people who would come into my life. And as I got older, what I understood more profoundly about them is that they were special because they made us feel special.
Again, Tanisha Silas.
The qualities that made Coach D and Coach V great coaches were the fact that they were willing to invest in people. They took a chance on me. I was a walk-on athlete out of high school, and in fact I hadn't even ran track for a whole year in my freshman year, so I was out of shape. I was a little overweight. And Dee took me under her wing and saw potential in me. I definitely want to thank them for that.
Dimitry Yakoushkin.
Every time I look around in the weight room and when we were stretching, I was surrounded by wonderful people. And these people have since gone on and become essentially my family. We're a tight-knit group, all of us. And that's thanks to you. You built a family for us. That's very special.
1999 NCAA Woman of the Year, Jamila Demby.
If we were struggling with school, they were on top of us to make sure that we handle it, and because they reminded us we were there for school first. And if we had any personal problems with family members or roommates, they were nothing but supportive, all the while helping us push ourselves to get our personal records or break records, or going to nationals for the first time or multiple times. DNV were that balance, and essentially they were that model for us of what we were supposed to be.
And Cody.
There's a particular kind of understanding that derives from overcoming struggle, and sharing that understanding is rare. DNV have overcome enough struggle and share that understanding, which we call wisdom. It's the wisdom that doesn't expend energy so much as use the energy of others to guide them to their goals. It's the wisdom that gives in kind and is kind in giving. It's what makes them great coaches. So great that we will doubtless continue to honor their former Aggies' great and ongoing successes in this Hall of Fame. For their mentorship, their patience, their wisdom, we honor them alongside the athletes whose success they've helped make possible. Thanks, D and V, for all that you've given this Aggie family.